Okay, in this lesson we're going to run down the icons that are located on the left hand of the screen, and we'll show you what all they do. First one up is lines. If you click on lines, come over here, you got your crosshairs on screen. Click and hold, and then you stretch it across to where you want it to end. Put it where you want it to end and let go of it. And there's your line. There are squares on each end of the line and a couple here in the middle. And if you pull in the middle, it'll diagonal it for you. If you pull one of the ones on the end, you can stretch the end out long ways. If you pull straight out on it, if you go up or out, it makes it diagonal on you. And if you leave it and click the one that's up high here and spin it, the whole thing will go around. Again, remember up here in the middle is rotate. If you want to use that, you can as well. That takes care of lines. Next thing up is rectangle. You click on it, bring it down here, put your crosshair down, click the left button and drag. You can make a square, rectangle, either one with these. Once you let go of it, you get a bunch of squares on that image. You can drag a corner to make it bigger, or you can use scale up here and hand punch the numbers in. If you want to draw it into rectangle, grab one of the middle side ones and do like that. And then again, there's the one offset at the top. If you want to rotate it, you can do it there, or you can do it up here where it says rotate. And that does your squares. Next one up is text. You click on text, and then over on the screen, click this hello will come up. Click inside the box, you'll see your text cursor. And back up, type what you want. Okay, so there's our text. When you highlight the text, and once it's been clicked on, you'll see a sub menu pop up here along the top. On the sub menu, here's where it says font. If you click on it, a menu will come up below that. On that menu here is WeCreate, System, Recently Used, and Bookmarks. WeCreate is all the WeCreate fonts that are in there. If you find one you like, you just click on it, and your text will change to it. If you have that menu selected and you hit System, what it does is it goes out. It may take a minute the first time you do it to do it, but it goes out and it populates all the fonts that you have on your Windows system, and I'm assuming Apple as well, and brings them back. Then once you find it, click on it, and there you have it. On recently used, if you do a lot of text on it, you hit recently used, and these are the ones that I've most recently used. And bookmark, any of these texts that are listed down here, on the right corner there's a little ribbon tab. If you click the ribbon tab, that's bookmarking it, and then you click on bookmark and there it is. So you have all your favorites right here to where you can find it. If you're done with the project or you just don't want it on there anymore, you click on that ribbon again and it'll disappear. I mean, it doesn't take it away from your system, it just takes it out of the bookmark column. It's still going to be in your system. Alright, search for fonts. Up here at the top where it says search for fonts, you can type in script or whatever, hit enter. And it will return with all the different script fonts. You can do that. In the WeCreate fonts, you can do that system font, you can do any of them, but that is a shortcut to it. It may not necessarily find all of them, There's some kind of tagging that probably has to be done, but you get you quite a bit of them. So that gets you your text. And then the next one up is style. Some texts will have an option bold, italic, whatever. It just depends on the font and how they're entered in the computer. So that's that. The next thing up is size. Right there, it's a 40 pict sign. 30. You can do your size changing there. Kerning is the distance between the text, the letters. So if I put 5 in there, see how the letters change? 7. See how they spread apart? 10. So if you want to stretch them out, instead of stretching everything out, just stretch the spacing in between the letters out. That's how you do it right there. Line spacing. Okay, so I've got 2 lines here. If I click on line spacing, by default I guess 1.16. If I do 3, it spaces the line out just like that. Alright, now curve. Here I've got my text. If I hit curve, I can grab the slider here, and if I slide it one way, it curves the text that way. If I slide it the other way, it curves it the other way. That's nice to use if you got, put an image here and then a name underneath it or something like that. That's how you do that. Alright, the next one, if you do certain fonts, especially like script and stuff, if you look at this one here, where the H and the I meet, the IS meet, TE, ES, ST, this font has the particular letters they're individual. And if you do fill engrave, you won't notice it. But if you go line engrave, you'll see the different lines. Or if you cut, you'll see the different lines. And when if you have it a cut, this will cut out individual letters and it won't look right at all. What you can do is with it highlighted, you can come up here to welding. And when you click welding, watch the lines where they meet up. What it's taken is it's welded all those letters from being individual letters into being continuous. Okay, so now if you go to cut it, you'll get, this is a test. The first T is going to be separate because that's just the way it fell, but the rest of them will be connected together, and that will help you out keeping the letters from being individual. And once you do that, you lose all your font settings because when you weld it, it becomes an image. So make sure you do all your editing beforehand. I mean, you can still resize it by stretching it, but you do most of your manipulation before you weld it. It's probably a better deal. The next thing that we got, hear that, is I got 2 lines of text here. And the align tool here, right now it's clicked on left align, now it's center align, and now it's right align. Okay, so it helps you justify which way your text is going. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is the image. Some of these functions you have to be signed in for it. There's a difference between being signed in and premium membership, but so I'm just signed in. And then I can click on image, and all these different ones show up. You can do the same thing with a Google search, but I mean they've got pages and pages and pages of this, all different kinds of things. So what I do is up here in the search bar, I'll type in what I want, type in cat, hit search, and here's all the different cat pictures they've got. Now I want this one, So I'm going to click on it, and it will load it on my screen here. Then you can manipulate it, do whatever you want to with it. Okay, the next button up is AI. If you click on it, up pops a menu, and you have to be a member to use this, so I'm not going to be able to, but I can show how to work it. At the prompt, you type in an explanation of what you want, and that there's one already filled in for an example. Negative prompts, tell them what you don't want, and then there's different model subjects that you can click here, and then how many samples do you want. I always hit like 3, that way you get a choice, and then hit generate. Once you do that, up here will pop some selections, and you click on the selections to show the bigger screen. And once you find one that you like, you hit import to canvas, and it'll take it and put it back on the main screen. And then you can manipulate it and do whatever you want to with it. Next thing up is pen. If you click on pen, bring it over here, click, and then drag it where you want it to be. Click again, drag it to where you want it to be. Click again. And that's just a drawing tool that you can use. Make different shapes. Pretty easy. Okay, the next one up is jigsaw puzzle. If you have an image up here that you're going to engrave or cut out or whatever, if you click jigsaw puzzle, you can get the menu comes up. You can do random style, tab sizes, different sizes. And if you look behind it, you can see it changing it as I do it. Different, this has jitter, whatever that is. How many rows, how many columns of pieces that you want, and the dimensions of the pieces. Hit confirm, and you can drag that over your image. Now what it'll do is it'll print this on your wood, and then once it's done, the jigsaw pieces will be cut. So when you get done, you have a jigsaw puzzle. Okay, the next one up is import. If you click on import, it takes you to File Manager and shows you all the different things that you have on your screen. Once you click on it, it'll probably bring this up. Do you want to scale to fit on your screen? Yep. And there will show up your image. You use that with all the file formats, unless you've got one that's a project that you saved before, and then you use the file up here to import it from up top. But this will work with most other files down here. Image editing we're going to come back to in the next section, because there's a lot you can do with that. But that's how you import a file. Next thing up is extract an image. So what I've got here, I'm going to go to put whatever I want to copy in the machine. Then we hit refresh, and here's the stuff that shows up. I'm going to hit extract image, and then I'm going to come over and I'm going to highlight what I want, and then I'm going to click the check mark. So now this is an image. Alright, so I'm going to hide the background. Right click, left click, hide background. And there's the image that I've got to work with. Okay, and at this point I'll come up and I'll do the top line. That's going to be on the next video. I'm going to spend a whole section on that. But that lets you take a picture, a shape, anything else from the camera and bring it over and import it into WeCreate so you can manipulate it and do stuff with it.